Source of images. This thing right here stands out. This,
That tall figure on the right.
transmitter or receiver, source of images.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Is that what you thought?
No, but that's a good thought about what's going on.
Mhm.
So do you say transmitter of images? Is that the word you used?
Um, I say it looked like a transmitter or a receiver.
Uh-huh.
And you
Yeah.
call it source of images.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just thinking, what is it that feeds our imagination, that allows us to, create images that let us think outside of the rules or the routines that we're kind of used to, habits or customs or laws. So the
Mhm.
images can allow us to go deeper or beyond those limits or restrictions that are part of our way of thinking.
Mhm.
So images aren't really locked into one interpretation, or they're not uh, they're not dogmatic or uh, legalistic, and so they just give us a way of thinking in a playful way, in a new way.
Mhm.
And so that figure on the right, then, for me, is more of a restrictive kind of, it's a big authority figure almost, that's wanting to control anything that would allow for freedom that would come about if someone could think for themselves by creating their own rules or creating their own
Mhm.
ideas by using images to imagine something being different. So I think I saw that figure in the middle that is looks like it's a figure sitting down, maybe reading.
Yes, a book.
Yeah, you saw that last night. Is that how you described it? Someone reading a book?
No, I never said anything about it.
Oh, I thought you did.
Maybe I did.
What do you see in it now?
I see it, someone reading a book, sitting
Yeah,
down on a chair.
yeah.
Um,
Mhm. And that see that black figure that's facing it on the right there.
yeah.
It's kind of a something that's coming towards that figure that's reading.
Mhm.
So the figure that's reading is sort of um, a person who's um, either creating images or imagining things, or
Mhm.
being influenced by images in some way. So maybe that black thing is an image or a source, something that figure that's reading is imagining.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And it looks like it's coming from that bigger figure on the right that I sort of disparaged by calling it an authority,
Mhm.
uh, a kind of a too strong source of authority rather than a source of imagination. And see the yellow stripes on the left, upper left,
Here.
yeah, with the blue green lines coming down.
Mhm.
What do you see there?
I don't know, it could be electrical, might have an electrical force coming towards him.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It seems like it has the same colors.
Well, that's what I thought about, how that yellow down there that goes horizontal across is the same color as that up there. And so it may be that that use the word a generator, or I thought of it as some kind of electrical generator that's creating energy, and it's maybe the source that's supplying the energy of that uh, figure in the yellow below,
Mm-hmm.
that, that blue figure that runs through that yellow there down there. Not that blue figure, but the kind of
Oh,
the
and then
greenish blue figure that runs
I see.
through
Yeah.
the yellow. That it's maybe I was thinking that's getting energized by a similarity. It's similar to that yellow up in the upper left,
Yeah.
and so it's probably inspired in some way by that source
Mhm.
of energy.
Yeah. And did you notice this little creature here?
Um, no, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
and he
didn't.
has this eye, kind of like this big gray thing with the blue eye. It has the same kind of thing, like it's receiving, the big one's receiving, and the little one's transferring it out.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, that little figure looks like it has some kind of a hood over its face.
Yeah, it does.
Or did you see that as um, a big eye?
Well,
That that gray area inside that little figure. I see that as a whole face
mm-hmm.
with a little eye inside of that gray area.
Yeah, but it also has that red blowout circle
Yeah,
that
yeah,
makes me think of energy coming out.
yeah.
It's kind of neat if you think of this sitting figure here as reading the book and all of this stuff, everything is part of his imagination.
Yes, yes,
And it's all like a dream that's
yeah,
filled with different things, very different
yeah.
and curious things.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Some
yeah.
of
That's a good idea, Catherine.
them, see how the blue surrounds him or her,
Yeah,
and it seems real clear. And then the book just generates all these other images.
uh-huh. Yeah,
Well, the brain really, but the book.
uh-huh.
I guess he's not dreaming if he's reading a book, but he's imagining.
Yeah. It's similar to a dream. In our dreams, our imagination creates images and stories and symbols. Uh, and when we're reading, it's the same imagination that recreates the stories that we're reading that are
Mhm.
told in the story,
Yeah.
so that we actually picture them and we can see them, can
Uh-huh.
see what's going on when we're reading.
Uh-huh.
So the book is kind of a source of those images that our mind creates when we read the words.
Mhm. This little green creature in the bottom right.
Yeah, I
It's
noticed
really
that.
cute.
Yeah, looks like its big nose is sticking straight up, and its eye is down on the right
Yeah,
side of that head, and
that's
then there's an open mouth
right.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of that bird in the Snoopy cartoon. The little bird.
Oh yeah.
I
What's
forget
that
it.
bird name? Snoopy. Yeah.
And in this imagination state, you really don't even have to make sense of anything.
No, you don't have to make sense.
Because, yeah, things just come and go.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they shift around. And you might think of it one way for a little bit, and then you can think of it in another way
Yeah.
a little bit later.
Mhm.
So it's not solid or stable or material.
Yeah. This blue right here looks like water to me.
Uh-huh.
Just the reflections.
Yeah.
This looks like a snake head right here. The mouth right there,
Uh-huh.
the arms.
Yeah.
This is your mailbox, Martin. There's
Where's the mailbox?
this big gray thing could be your mailbox.
Oh, yeah. How is it like a mailbox?
It's got the post
Yeah.
and it's got the opening for the mail.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got a little bit of a face on this side. There's the nose,
Yeah.
mouth,
Yeah. That's what I saw.
neck, an eye, some hair, a hat.
Uh-huh. Looks like a floppy dog's ear
Oh yeah, yeah,
below the hat.
yeah. And this red thing really stands out in the picture, I think.
Uh-huh.
Um, color-wise, at least.
Yeah. Do you see it as um, an object or as just a background to that black figure?
Um, I think just the background.
Yeah, that's what because it really is very effective in making that black figure stand out.
Mhm. Yeah. So to me, this so stands out color-wise, but this person reading a book stands out to me because I can recognize what it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it sort of stands out because it's surrounded by that blue also that
Right.
you mentioned.
Yeah, right.
and it's in the center of the picture.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about that black figure?
Well, I think it's the most recent thing that he's reading in the book,
Uh-huh.
and it's coming right in front of him.
Yeah,
And I guess it frightens him a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, that makes sense that it's the most recent thing or image or picture that this that reader is imagining, because it's like you say, right in front of her.
Mhm.
And that was a good idea that you had about everything in the painting is really kind of part of maybe part of what she's reading, or part of the whole story that's being um, kind of reimagined by the reader.
Yeah.
Okay, Catherine, let's stop there.